March 1915, Britain, France, Australia and New Zealand tried to penetrate into the Uthmani Khilafa from the Strait of Dardanelles and take over Istanbul, formerly known as Constantinople. They wanted to invade the mainlands of the Muslims and take over its glory. They keenly prepared for this invasion, made maps, gathered forces and planned the details out very well. If the invading forces were able to take over Constantinople, this would be a pivotal moment in the history of Muslims. Either defend and let the Muslims survive, or get defeated and bear the cruelty of the Western alliances, similar to what happened previously in Muslim Spain. The Allied invading forces had their morals very high due to their exaggerated preparations and their large numbers outnumbering the Muslims comprehensively. The battle to try to take over Constantinople began. The fleets of warships advanced on the Muslim areas with heavy bombardment, resulting in the martyrdom of many Muslim soldiers. The warship Ocean, known to be the largest of them, was particularly raining missiles at the Muslims. One of the artillery soldiers, called Seyit Cabuk, gets up from the midst of the rubble and smoke and looks around to see many of his comrades had been killed. Seyit realizes that the enemies are getting closer. He tells one of the remaining soldiers that they have to ready the artillery for fire by locking the shell, while his comrade indicates that that's not possible as the lifter that lifts the shell into the cannon had been destroyed. The shell of that artillery cannon weighed around 215 kilograms and normally had a lifter and stairs for the soldiers to lock it into the cannon. Despite that, Seyit did not give up. He tried to lift the shell on his own back. He managed to raise it and started moving forward. With every step he took, his bones, veins and entire body warned of tearing apart. He insisted and continued, every step perhaps amounting to the steps of an entire army, until, by the permission of Allah, they managed to lock the shell into the cannon. He then aimed at the warship Ocean, screaming Allahu Akbar. The shell hit the front side or right in front of the warship as per different narrations, and strayed it from its path leading into the sea mines that caused the warship Ocean to blow apart and drown. This incident raised the morals of the Muslim fighters, that when the fighters saw the warship Ocean drowning, the Muslims in the whole strait started making takbir and continued defending the strait with much higher morals. When the ground battle started, it is reported by historians that the Muslim fighters fought like lions, coming in waves after waves to face the invaders. The Muslims knew that if the invaders took over Constantinople, that would be the end of Muslims in the Turkish region. So they sacrificed with great heroics, leading to the victory of the Uthmani Khilafa over the 4 different countries, who despite allying together, lost around 300,000 soldiers and got defeated in this battle. After the battle was over, one of the commanders of the Uthmani army asked for Seyit and asked him on how he was able to lift the shell on his own. He simply replied, Allah. Another noticeable incident is when the army command asked Seyit to lift the heavy shell again after the battle, just so they could take his picture, but this time he was barely able to move it. So the commander had to make a fake shell out of wood and make Seyit carry it just so they could take his picture. This shows that if Allah wills to give victory to the Muslims, respective reasons are made for it. Few minutes of special contribution by Seyit to defend the Muslim lands became a crucial moment for the survival of Muslims. And therefore, the question remains to us, who amongst us is willing to put in that extra effort, so Allah accepts it from him and grants tawfiq in his efforts, making it a reason for the victory of the Ummah.